Hi, Flosstube. Hello to my stitchy friends and my quilty friends. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. I always hope to get back in 2 or 3 weeks, and it's been over a month. Today is July the 22nd. It's a Tuesday afternoon. It's an absolutely beautiful day here. This is Flosstube number 61 for me. So I'm Darlene with Darlene Dion Designs. If you're new here, I design quilt patterns and cross stitch patterns. I sell them in my Etsy shop, and I'm in Canada in Nova Scotia on Canada's East Coast. I'm a maritimer through and through. Anyway, if you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you've been here for a while, welcome back. It's lovely. Yeah, I hope you're not hearing that. My washer is just doing its last spin, and it's my load is a little off kilter, so it's making a little thumping noise. Yeah, like I said, it's a beautiful day here. Absolutely beautiful. Not too hot, not too cold, it's windy. There's not crazy windy, but there's a breeze, so it's keeping the mosquitoes and bugs down, so that's very nice. Life has been busy. I've just been to a town about an hour away for a medical appointment, a CPAP appointment. So I think I mentioned that last time that I was dealing with that, and that is finished, and I have a new machine that I will be starting with tonight, so I'm really looking forward to that. I had a month trial and discovered that I definitely need one. I was having 19 plus interruptions in my sleep per hour per night, and now I'm down to less than 1 per hour, so I'm really pleased with that. So anyway, I start tonight with my new machine. So the last week I have been without a machine, and I have definitely noticed a big difference since then. I had all I could do to drive to Yarmouth this morning without falling asleep. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on the machine. We bought a new car since I've seen you last. I'm excited about that. We just picked that up last week. It's a Tucson, a Hyundai Tucson, and it's pretty red. Really pleased to have that. Our old car was a 2017 Chevy Trax. So this one's a little bigger, and yeah, I'm excited about it. If you've been here for a while, you know I had a broken shoulder in the winter, so I'm recovering from that. It is very painful today. I don't know why. I had physio yesterday, but the girl that typically does my physio was away, so I just had the TENS machine. So I can't imagine that it's that. I'm still sleeping in the lazy boy chair, and every few days I try the bed. So I woke up around 3:30 this morning, couldn't get back to sleep, so I went to the bed to see if I could sleep there, and I stayed in the bed for about 2 hours, and it's painful. I shouldn't say it's painful. It's not pleasant. I don't know how to describe it. It's stiff, and so of course it's not excruciating pain or anything like that, but I can't get comfortable. It hurts. It's just sore. So maybe that's why, and it doesn't matter which side I lay on, my left side, my right side, my right shoulder is broken, but I just can't get in a comfortable position. So I'll keep trying every few days to see if I can. I really want to go visit my daughter. She doesn't have a reclining chair. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I've tried to prop myself up in the bed, with pillows and blankets and stuff, and I find that hard on the back. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully it improves soon, because I'd really like to have a visit with her. So anyway, that's about it for life. We celebrated July 1st since you were here last, Canada Day. That we had a quiet day at home, which we normally do, and that's always nice. We've had some really warm weather, some couple of what they call heat waves here for us, up to 95 one day. Got 2 or 3 days we had really hot days like that. But typically, it's in the mid to high 80s, which is nice. But today it's a little on the cooler side. It's 20 degrees Celsius right now. Yeah, so typically it's 23, 24, 25, 26. And then we had a day that was 35, that's 95. And we've had 2 or 3 days that were 34. So yeah, we've had some nice days. Anyway, it is dry, very dry. We need rain. We had a little bit of rain Sunday night. This is Tuesday. And a little bit yesterday morning, but not enough to help. So we definitely need some rain. It's dangerously dry. So, and I know there are some horrific fires happening around the country, and I did want to mention the flooding in Texas that we watched on the news. It was just horrific to watch. Wow, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. We've had some flooding here in the last couple of years, not here, but in Nova Scotia, and some deaths, but nothing on that scale. Like just horrible. I can't imagine. Anyway, you're here for the stitching, so we'll get on to that. I do like to go on a little bit. I have been busy stitching. I've stitched a lot. I don't have a ton to show you because some of what I'm stitching is secret stitching. I was approached by the lady that hosts Needlework Marketplace online show it's at the end of August, and she asked me if I would be interested in participating this year as a vendor. And so yes, I'm going to. I'm very, very excited about that. So I didn't have a lot of time to get pieces ready. She tries to email out to the shops before the shows so that the shops can pre-order if they want. So I have one little piece left to finish stitching, and then I need to FFO them all, which I'll probably do tomorrow and Thursday, I'm hoping. And then I will be done and ready to move on to something else. But I'm so excited about that. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. So some of my charts, these I will have, let me see if I can explain. I will have a set of 3. That's a Christmas design. And I have a set of 2 that are everyday designs. I'll have a Halloween one. I'll have another everyday one. And of course, I can't remember what the other one is. But, she hoped that I could have 5 new pieces. But being that it's my first time, she knew that a lot of shops would not have seen my previous designs. So I would be able to use some of my previous designs too for that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So you'll be, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'll be seeing me make posts about that in the next little while. And then I'll be able to show some sneak peeks on there. So that'll be fun. So yeah, like I said, I have been busy stitching, but not everything I can show you. I do have some new designs that I can show you, some new patterns that I've released since I've seen you last. So, but anything now new in the next few weeks, I'll be holding off until Marketplace. But yeah, now that I'll have these finished this week, I'll move on to some other new ones. So I'll show you my whips first. If you've been here, you know that I participated in the leap year SAL in 2024. So I think the hashtag is leap year 2024 SAL. And a lot of people, are participating in that. And the way it works is you start something on the 2024 leap day, and then you finish it 4 years later on 2028 Leap Day. So I chose to do Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery, and it's in a book form. And there's 48 months, and so there's 24 pages in the book. So I'm trying to do a half a page each month. And when I broke my shoulder, I got behind. I had been working on it the week previous to breaking the shoulder, and I was catching up then. That month I was behind, so I didn't get that month finished, and then I didn't get April, May, and June finished. So I have worked on it, and I think I'm working on May. So I finished March, April, and I have most of May finished, and then I'll go on to June and July this month, and I'll be caught up. So anyway, I'm stitching it on 36 count. Oh, look, I made cards. That's a first for me. I've been wanting to do these little cards. And I'm doing them like Lee from Creative Lee does hers. So I'm stitching it on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R Productions. And I'm using the called for fancy flosses. So anyway, I don't know if I can show you what I have stitched exactly. And I probably can't show you the whole, well, pretty close to the whole piece here. Anyway, I love it. I just love it so much. It's so pretty. So I'm pretty sure I had finished almost everything over on this side for the first year. Like my first year, I came all the way across. So I had that all finished at the end of February. And then in March, I had started over here. I'm going to fold this up, see if I can. Okay, so I'm back over here on the left-hand side again. And I'm pretty sure I had this star finished or partially finished. So of course I brought the border down, the flowers on the border. I've just been doing them in the last few weeks. And I can't hold much up with this arm today because it's so painful, but anyway, I finished this motif, and this little one, I finished this horse. And everything, this side of the horse and below, I've done in the past few weeks. So anyway, this was really meant to be finished in May. So I'll finish that and then move down here. This is the June section, and then move up to the July. So I'm pretty happy with that progress. I was stitching on that when I heard from the lady from the marketplace, and so I put that aside so that I could work on these new pieces for that. So, and before I got out the Consider the Lilies, I dug out my oldest whip. I don't know if it was in my last episode or the one before. I mentioned that I had some old whips that were on 28 count Lugana, and so I was doing them 2/2, and I had thought I would abandon them and restart them on 36 count linen because I really prefer stitching with one thread over two, but I had rethought it and decided, no, you've got a lot done on these pieces. Just suck it up and finish them with 2 threads, and you'll be pleased you finished. Well, this one I was going to finish anyway because I had a lot done, and the only thing I had left to do was the whale. So this is Riley Harbor by Kathy Barrick, and as you see, the houses are quite muted colors. And you see there's a whale here. So I have everything done. I have the ships done. I have the houses all done except for the door colors. And I just need to finish the whale and this row of waves. And I think this anchor and this octopus there at the bottom is left to do. So this is mine. You'll see I didn't use the muted colors so much. Not terribly bright except for that yellow gold, but I just love it. I love how it looks. and I'm really pleased with the way I left it for a long time because I couldn't decide on a thread for the whale. I wanted a variegated thread, and of course, I'd like to be able to tell you what that is. I settled on Stormy Night by Classic Colorworks. So it's it's a gray with some blues going through it. Not very heavily variegated, but enough that it's not just a plain gray. So anyway, I'm really happy with it. So again, I'll get back to that now that I've almost finished my pieces for the marketplace. And I was doing 1 thread a day, or 2 or 3 threads a day is more like what I do on that piece. So like after I'm finished with the marketplace things this week, I'll get back to that as well. And also the week that I heard from the lady from the marketplace show, I had watched 2 Needles Pulling Thread, and Missy was working, she was showing her Anniversaries of the Heart. And that is one that I had started, I don't know if it was 2024. I'm thinking it was 2024. And I started it too on 28 count linen, 2/2. And I had the first month done, the January one done, which is this. And of course there are 13 more to do. So I did decide to abandon that and start it on 36 count. So I started that. I was watching Missy show hers, and I was just, I've loved it so much. First person I seen that really inspired me, well, I probably seen them at the same time, is Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts and Christy from Crosshatch Quilts. They both had been working on it and showing theirs, and I knew someday I needed to do that. So I ordered a bunch of the charts, and I started, I'm pretty sure it was 2024 I started it, and then I put it away, and I started the second month too, but I had very little done on the second month. Anyway, I had 4 charts left to order, so I ordered them this week, or this month, and these are the 2 that just came. So this one is pattern 8, Clara Ellen, and this one is pattern 6, I think. No, no, I already had that one, sorry. This one, Happy Birthday. I think that's number 6. Yep. So I just got that one in the mail too. And I have ordered the other 2 that I'm missing. So anyway, I will get that finished. Now well, I shouldn't say I'll get it finished. It'll take me 2 or 3 years probably. Oh, there it is looking right at me. Since this was stitched, the colors have changed a lot. And I'm just doing my own colors. I'm mostly using DMC. I am going to try to use a fancy floss on most of the houses with some variegation so that I can see some variegation in the... Sorry about the noise. It's a chopper going over. It kind of scares me. It's okay, Aussie. Stop. Makes me think that there's a search and rescue out. But anyway, the colors have changed a lot. And so when I pulled the called for these, it really doesn't look anything like this. So I scrapped that and just went with my own colors entirely. I didn't really want it to look like a winter, like this one has a lot of white, and I didn't really want it to look like a winter piece because I'm probably not going to end up putting a winter or a January anniversary or birthday there. I don't have a January in the family that I want. That's been a struggle for me to decide who I'm going to include. I either have not enough with just immediate family or too many with extended family. But I think I've figured it out. My grandparents were married in December, and my husband's parents were married in December. So I think I'm going to do one of them for January and one of them for December. But like I said, all the way through, some of them are going to hit on the month that, that the anniversary occurred in, but most are just going to be where they fit. Like both of my kids were born in June and my daughter got married in June. So I can't really do my son and my daughter and their anniversary all in the same month. So I'm going to spread them out. So anyway, I'm doing it when I had the restart. I'm doing it on 36 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. So this is the fabric and this is my new start. And I'm sorry I didn't iron anything this time. Let me see here if I can get it looking a little better. So there is, I think it's ecru. The cream I think is ecru, and it shows up a lot better in person than it does on film here. But yeah, there's a lot of blue and green and gold and cream. So I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking. And I got a needle stuck right in the middle. That doesn't help, does it? Let me move that. Okay, there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And anxious to get back to it. Now that I had the restart, I'm really anxious to get back. And I love stitching on it with the 1/2 too. So, and again, I'm not sure that I will put any names and dates on now. Not really positive what to do about that. I'm afraid I might wish that I could change that, or that I had done something different later, because I know I'm not gonna finish it in a year, so I don't know. My son isn't married and he might get married, in the next little while. If he does, well, I shouldn't say in the next little while, but in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe he'll get married and I won't have included an anniversary for him. So I'm not positive what I'm going to do about personalizing it yet. Like I said, I've got a list made, so I know, and I have left space for my son to put an anniversary in there if he does decide to do that. But anyway, so I'm really pleased with that, and I'm anxious to get back to it after I've got my stitching done for the marketplace. Okay, so that's a new start, and my whips. I looked back at my previous video and I showed 2 little pieces that I had done. Which 2 are they here? I'm pretty sure. Okay, so yes, I had done these, and these were the first 2. So Simply Blessed and Happy Spring were the first 2 that I did in this little series. I still haven't decided what to call the series. I had a few suggestions, short and sweet. Of course, now I can't bring them to mind. But they are fun, quick little stitches. They all have this little row of scallops along the bottom. And they all have a piece of fabric. I finished them all with a piece of fabric along the bottom, and then some kind of ribbon or trim at the divide between the fabric and the linen. So I have them stitched on 36 count linen, and so I'm stitching 1/2, but I mean, you could stitch them on whatever size fabric you prefer. They would be great on Aida too, like 14 count Aida. They're still not going to be outrageously big because they are little. Anyway, so Simply Blessed and Happy Spring were the first 2 that I came out with. And then the second 2, I can't remember. I think the second 2, Flower Power. There's some dog hairs on them. So Flower Power and Sweet Summer with some baker's twine on there. strawberry and watermelon, and this one is a little arch in the garden with some flowers. And again, there's the scalloped row. They're fun to stitch. Fun, really fun and quick to stitch. Most of them can be stitched in a day or evening, and anyway, so they are a lot of fun. And then the last two, like I said, I don't know if I'm telling you these in the right order or not, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just straightening up the bow. So farmer's market with your produce, flowers and jams and pumpkins and plants, and yeah, it was fun. And then the other one is, actually, I think this might have been in the second bunch. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like I said, cross stitch. So that was really fun to stitch up. And that one's been really popular. So I don't think I can hold all of them at the same time. Anyway, I'll show them again. Simply Blessed. Sweet Summer. Flower Power. Cross Stitch. Farmer's Market. And Happy Spring. So those are my new little series. If you have a suggestion for a name for the series, let me know. Like I said, I haven't chosen anything yet, and I really should. There is one more in the works that will be released in the marketplace, needlework marketplace pieces. And I have a long list of other things that I could do that same in that same series. So they are really, like I said, they are fun. They stitch up quick. They're all DMC. I used all DMC. Definitely haven't used any fancy floss in any of them. So anyway, I love them. So yeah, I'm going to do a giveaway for each one of them. So in this video, I would ask that you, if you're interested in all 6, that's fine. I'm going to give you 5 or 6 words that I need you to use in your comments if you're interested in all 6, or if you just want one in particular, or 2 or 3, whatever. Just use the words that coincide with what I want. So this one will be Blessed, and I'm going to show them again. This one will be Market. This one is Power. This one is Spring. This one is Stitch. And this one is Summer. So use those words in your comments. You don't have to be creative if you don't want to. If you just want to list the words, that's fine. But if you do want to be creative, I love seeing what you come up with. Anyway, I will do a random word generator to choose a winner for each of the 6 pillows patterns, and I will send out a PDF pattern to the people that are chosen. And I will do that in my next video, which I'm hoping will be in 2 or 3 weeks, but you never know. I'll try. I have been sewing a little bit, not in the last week or so because I've been busy stitching, but I have been quilting a little bit. So I started a little Canada project. So I have a few little maple leaf blocks sewn up, And I have a few more left to make. So hopefully I will have that ready to show you in the next few weeks. We'll see. They're all red scraps from my red scrap basket. And they are fun to make. So stay tuned to watch for that. That'll be a pattern in the making. And I think that's it for me today. I was hoping to show you Emmett. Now I don't know. No, he's in his bed. But I can't. I'm having a hard time to lift him today. So because of my shoulder. I had him up here on the chair when I first started, or on the love seat when I first started, but I was waiting for the washer noise to stop and he jumped down and I didn't want to go digging again trying to get him. So anyway, he's doing great, and we have my son's dog here, Aussie, until my son leaves for home tomorrow. If you're new here, my son works away. He's at the military station in Alert, which is about 500 kilometers from the North Pole. Kilometers or miles, I never can remember, from the North Pole. So yeah, he's there, and he goes there for 8 weeks, and he comes home for 4 weeks, and then he goes back. So 8 on, 4 home. And so he flies out tomorrow. Yes, supposed to fly out tomorrow. Hopefully that all goes according to plan. It takes usually 2 full days for him to get home. He flies usually flies out of Alert into Greenland, and then I think they stay overnight usually in Greenland, and then flies into Ontario, Trenton, and then from he gets taxied to Toronto, and then he gets on a commercial flight to fly into Halifax. So should be home by Friday night. If all things go according to plan, he'll be home by Friday night. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. And Aussie, I'm sure, is looking forward to seeing him. And so Aussie will be with him for a few weeks. So I won't have quite as much dog hair to clean up. Aussie is a blue heeler, and he is shedding terribly right now. Like, my daughter was here last weekend, and she has a Heinz 57. He's a big dog. He's bigger than Aussie, or she is bigger than Aussie, and they wrestle and carry on and rough house in the house and outdoors. And then my little one, he does too, but my little one is a tweenie, so he doesn't shed a whole lot, some, but not a lot. But anyway, we had been out. I guess we maybe just went to church that morning. No, anyway, it doesn't matter where we were. But when we come home, everywhere you looked on the floor, there was a clump of hair where they, because they're both shedding so bad this time of year. Anyway, yeah, the shedding is pretty crazy right now. So anyway, he'll be home. Looking forward to that. And Aussie will be gone off with him for a few weeks, and then he'll be back. So it'll be a good time to do some extra cleaning when Aussie's away. So anyway, that's it for me for today. Thank you so much for being here and for following along. I appreciate you all so much. I love this Flosstube community. I have been watching a few Flosstubes, not a lot, but not a lot of new. Definitely my regulars. I've watched them faithfully, and last night and today I've been watching Sean, the periwinkle stitcher, and then my regulars. But I don't think I've watched anybody really new over the last few weeks. I don't think so. So anyway, yeah, it's a great community, and I appreciate you all so much, and thank you for taking the time to watch me and to see what I'm working on, and to see what's coming up in my stitchy world. Yeah, it's hard to call this a job, but it's working for me right now, and I'm loving it every day. I love it. So that's enough waffling on. So I'll see you again soon, and don't forget to use the 6 words that I mentioned for the giveaway if you're interested. So thank you so much. See you later.